Our first video comes from Thailand and shows a party in full swing.
ก็นัดหมายกันมาที่บ้านแล้วก็สังสรรค์นี่นะท่านผู้ชมฮะก็มีการถ่ายวิดีโอเอาไว้นะฮะ
เต้นรำกันนะคะ
นะครับในระหว่างนั้นก็รอเพื่อนอีกคนหนึ่งยังเดินทางมาไม่ถึงนะฮะแล้วก็อย่างนี้แหละฮะก็เฮฮากันไปอย่างที่ว่า
One of the guests, however, should not be there.
รอเพื่อน
ไม่มีใครสังเกต
ไม่มีใครสังเกตอะไรนะท่านผู้ชมฮะ
ถ่ายรูปถ่ายอะไรกันไปใช่ไหมคะ
ครับ
The young man circled in red was indeed invited to the party, but was in fact killed on his way there.
ก่อนที่จะมาเนี่ยไปประสบอุบัติเหตุขี่มอเตอร์ไซค์ไปชน
While driving towards the party, his motorbike was struck by a pickup truck and he died at the scene.
ในสภาพที่กระโหลกศีรษะยุบคอหักแขนขาหักนะฮะแฟนสาวได้รับบาดเจ็บสาหัส
If this footage is genuine, it is very interesting indeed.
คนนั้นซึ่งมารู้ในภายหลังว่าเสียชีวิตไปแล้วจากอุบัติเหตุแล้วก็มีใบหน้าที่เย้ายืนยันว่าตอนนั้นไม่มีใครนั่งอยู่ตรงนั้นแล้วก็เหมือนมีเลือดอยู่เนี่ยนะครับท่านผู้ชมฮะ
เพราะว่าอุบัติเหตุเนี่ยก็ตรงกัน
คลิปนี้และข่าวนี้มันถูกแพร่กระจายในหมู่วัยรุ่นนักศึกษาของเพื่อนผู้ตายอย่างกว้างขวางเนี่ยนะครับเพราะภาพที่เห็นเนี่ยเขาบอกว่ามันเป็นตัวตนอย่างที่ว่าเนี่ยนะฮะท่านผู้ชมฮะทุกคนที่อยู่ในวงสังสรรค์ต่างยืนยันเป็นเสียงเดียวกันว่าภาพปริศนาเนี่ยไม่มีใครนั่งอยู่ตรงนั้นแน่นี่ก็เป็นโปรดใช้วิ
Our second clip shows what apparently seems to be a sleeping infant. But although the video quality is poor, the child actually appears to be watching a luminous, worm-like object directly in front of the camera. My first thoughts on seeing this was that it was a long fibre stuck to the camera lens. However, it does seem to move its position from time to time.
Stop moving.
Right, its face.
Just moving it.
As the child's father goes to investigate, the camera feed is cut and we see the object disappear, only to return later. So, is this a fibre stuck to the lens, a faulty camera, or something less down to earth?
Go check it out.
Whoa.
Go check.
So I just came back from checking on him and opening the door, and now look. What?
In this video, which I believe also comes from Thailand, we see a family sitting on the patio outside their home, enjoying the relative coolness of the evening. This is when the camera picks up something that shouldn't be there. The small girl you see on the right of the footage is unknown to the family, and they saw nothing at the time. Apologies for editing, this is how I received the footage. Here we see the entrance to a nursing home, when something suddenly appears near one of the chairs. The object looks like a walking stick or a cane. Shortly after, the cane flies out of the room and lands on the floor near the elevators. Several staff and visitors walk by without even acknowledging its presence. A short while later, just as two people have entered the elevator, someone picks up the cane and leans it against the wall, where it remains for a little while before vanishing completely. Video editing seems to be ruled out in this case, as we can clearly see someone pick the cane up. So let me know your ideas of what may be happening here. A haunted house with a collection of porcelain dolls sounds creepy enough. But as the G-Team investigators found, it can get much creepier. As the host is talking to the investigators about not wanting to keep the doll in the house, the doll with the handbag suddenly turns her head, almost as if she's listening.
Because I don't want to keep her, but I'd like her to go to a good home. I mean, if there's somebody out there that's interested, I don't... Did that thing just move?
We can only hope the doll is looking forward to her new home. Here we have a small boy attempting to convince his mother that he can see a ghost, by the name of Reagan. Apparently, the ghost is in the other room, towards which the boy constantly points.
A ghost?
Yeah, ghosty.
Reagan is the ghost?
Yeah, Reagan is the ghost.
Eventually, the boy runs off into the room in an attempt to find the friend he was talking
Hear
about.
that ghost?
You hear that ghost?
Yeah.
Imaginary friend? Or a real spirit? Who knows? Our first clip takes us back to Thailand, where, as two guys are descending the stairs, one of them is singled out and is seemingly attacked by a shadow. His friend, although looking somewhat terrified, pulls him back to safety and they scramble up the stairs as the shadow fades away. Sadly, the CCTV timestamps aren't visible, so further speculation is impossible. This clip was sent in by a viewer and appears to show what could be poltergeist activity. Although, after watching this quite a few times, several dozen in fact, I actually believe it's possibly an earthquake or a tremor of some kind. What do you think? Just a standard interview at the radio show Club FM, when suddenly a newspaper takes flight into the air and lands on the floor. The host, looking visibly surprised, retrieves the paper and appears to be inspecting it, perhaps looking for wires. Clearly shaken by the whole ordeal, the whole makes several comments, although as of yet no one has translated them. If you speak this language, let me know in the comments below and perhaps post a translation. YouTuber exploring with Mihail or investigating an old abandoned hospital, when one of the team hears a strange noise coming from one of the bathrooms. As Mihail films the strange behaviour of the blinds, the camera suddenly stops recording. Mihail later stated that the camera had suddenly froze and refused to restart even after being reset. November the 21st, 2020. Chanel Guterres claims that she saw the soul of a man emerge from the water in which he had just drowned while trying to save a dog. Filmed in the Davao del Norte province in the Philippines, Guterres said, "It was very creepy because I did not expect to capture that thing on my phone. I know it was his ghost. It gave me goosebumps when I watched it." Incidentally, the dog survived. Once again coming from Thailand. Shopping at 7-Eleven, especially in Thailand, can be a daunting experience at the best of times. And for this customer, slightly more so. As he arrives at the supermarket, he almost collides with a creepy looking figure which suddenly vanishes into thin air. However, the customer appears not to have noticed the phantom until he dismounts, and the figure suddenly reappears, prompting the man to run for cover. The 7-Eleven staff who are watching this on the CCTV monitor are clearly unnerved by what they see. But what exactly did they see? Let me know in the comments below. Reddit user I Like Chia Seeds was contacted by a neighbour who believed that one of his motion detectors was developing a fault and was switching the lights on and off at random times. However, when the footage was viewed, we see the motion detectors were working perfectly. Someone or something is appearing around the doorway, only to take a step back when the sensors trigger the lights. Some have stated that it looks like the head of a demon, while others see the head of a burglar wearing a hoodie and a baseball cap. What do you think?
We believe we have caught a
YouTuber
ghost
Robin
on camera.
Skirvin, who works night at the Jim Beam Distillery in Claremont, Kentucky, noticed something unusual on the security monitor. What appears to be a glowing figure is walking across the car park.
Okay, there it is right there. Watch. It goes all the way across the camera. Now that you know where it's at, I'll pull out a little bit and just watch this thing. It goes all the way across. And there's not a light.
In case you were
because
thinking
there
that
is no
it's
light
just a
back
bug
there
on the
behind me. You can
lens,
see up on the hill
watch
back there. There's
as
no
you
light
see
there.
it pass behind the
There's
support
nobody over
beams.
here,
A real ghost?
but it's still
Or
going.
is there something more
across
down
the
to
camera.
earth?
You can't see it as much now, but it's there.
A snowy day in Russia when our friend here decides to go for a stroll. As he's walking through the apartment complex, he gets the feeling he's being watched. As he walks a little further and pans the camera around, something seems to be peering at him behind an outbuilding. Is it just garbage stacked in an unusual pattern? Is it a discarded Halloween mask? Or is it something else?